Thanks, Andrew. Thank you to Nick Reed and the team at Resources Rising Stars for the opportunity to present DevEx Resources here today. Okay, this is our usual. I urge you to read it at your own leisure. This presentation has been uploaded on the ASX platform. I have presentations at the booth, so pop by later on if you want to read anything further into detail. So DevEx Resources, we're an exploration company and our business is about discovery. Our job here is to deliver discovery drill holes for our shareholders. To do this, we've brought together a portfolio of high-quality exploration projects, each with their own unique merits and opportunities for that discovery success. I've been asked at the booth several times yesterday and today also about, which is the best project, Brendan? Which one do you like the most? Which is the one that's got the most opportunity? And it's certainly like trying to introduce your kids to people. My view is I love them all. They are all good. They all have their own unique opportunities and merits, be it uranium, nickel, copper and gold. They've all got those opportunities. So when you're introducing your kids, where do you start? I would say that, look, the oldest kid in the room is Nabarlek. The Nabarlek project has been with DevEx for some time. With the uranium downturn in the industry for the last 12 years, certainly when you introduce and have been introducing Nabarlek, it's a bit of an ugly duckling, and let's face it, that's true with the downturn in the industry. But uranium price is now going up, and it's certainly, like the old story goes, it's turning into quite a swan. When you look at that upturn and you start to then look for uranium explorers for high-grade uranium out there, you can literally, I think, count them on one hand, and maybe even two fingers, really, when you think about who's actually exploring with drill rigs. So we've got drill rigs scheduled to come up to Nabarlek to start targeting the high-grade uranium intercepts that we previously had encountered back when the uranium price was booming. We're back up there later this month to start drilling there, and we've got a second rig with DDH1 planned for the month after, and we plan to be drilling at Nabarlek for some time. We're drilling around the historical high-grade Nabarlek uranium mine, Australia's highest-grade uranium mine. In Western Australia, you saw Alex Dorsch present yesterday. We're looking likewise in an emerging nickel copper PG province. We're north of Chalice, we're exploring, we've got our own big, large, differentiated mafic, ultramafic intrusion. We're really scratching the surface with the work that we've been doing. We know we've got the right rocks. We're seeing copper sulfides, nickel sulfides. We need to find that concentration in that sweet spot, and that's what we've been focused on with the Ground EM at the moment. And likewise with the third child in the room, with Junee project. Well, Junee just came home yesterday with a A+ for her test result. We just announced yesterday some very high grade gold intercepts at surface and near shallow high-grade intercepts with over 1 kilometre of gold intercepts and open to the north, open to the south and open to depth. So we're liking what we see at Junee. It is a virgin discovery this year, and we're looking forward to also getting the drill rigs back later in the next few months as well to start drilling at Junee. Okay, so DevEx is a quick snapshot. Again, come and read at your own leisure. 314 million shares on issue. We're trading just under 40 cents at the moment, but importantly, we've got $10 million in the bank as of last quarter. This gives us that ability to maintain an exploration momentum. What we're about and how you make discoveries with the drill rig. And so with the projects that we've got, we have the cash to maintain that momentum going forward. And so that's what we're planning to be doing this year. Nabarlek, Junee and Sovereign, that's where we want to be spending this money on the ground. Quick snapshot of who we are. Most people recognise Tim Goyder. Those that know Tim know he's had resounding success over the last couple of years with Chalice, his involvement with Chalice, Liontown, and you saw Tony present just before, and quite a strong presenter. Great story. Tim has been foundational with all of these success stories. Tim is the one that gets the right people in to take these projects forward, whether we're explorers or developers. Tim knows about the importance behind teams. And so Tim's sitting there, he comes in the office every day, sits next to me, cracks the whip when we're not doing the job he thinks is right, and we get on with it. Myself, I'm a geologist by trade with over 25 years experience in the industry, gold, copper, uranium and the like, and also supporting myself is we've got a team of geologists. We've got 8 geologists working for DevEx at the moment, 2 very senior geologists, including Andrew Farragher on the right-hand side. Andrew comes from Rio Tinto. He was involved with uranium exploration up in the Territory previously, and likewise worked in the Athabasca Basin for uranium exploration and development for Rio. Chris Torrey is a copper-gold expert. He's working out in New South Wales on the projects like Junee and the like, and so we're well supported. And of course, Bryn Jones, our non-executive director, also a non-exec for Boss Energy and the like. Bryn knows how to squeeze uranium out of rocks, and he's well supported with our group. So just drilling down into the 3 projects, again, the children, they're all got their own benefits and unique. Don't read into which one's first and which one's second. We're starting in the Northern Territory, moved to Western Australia and also to the eastern states. So starting at Nabarlek, as I mentioned, it's been a tough 12 years with the downturn in the uranium price, but we're exploring within granted tenements. We've got drill targets ready to go. We've got high-grade gold that we're exploring, and we're exploring around the historical high-grade Nabarlek uranium mine. We're located within the Alligator Rivers uranium province. It's not called a uranium province without reason. Over 500 million pounds of uranium has been either mined or defined in current resources. Large deposits like ERA's former Ranger uranium mine, 269 million pounds of uranium has been mined from that deposit. These are very big, hard rock, high-grade uranium deposits. And we've got great ground, we've got the same sort of rocks, and we've certainly got uranium intercepts we need to start following up on. Look, this is the only graph I'll show you. I'm an exploration geologist, but this graph tells you the story about uranium. The uranium spot price at the moment is definitely moving north. It's roughly around $50 per pound at the moment. But the history with DevEx and what I'm saying here with Nabarlek, this is a brownfields uranium exploration opportunity. We are exploring around a historical uranium mine, Australia's highest grade mine, and we have numerous intercepts. We bought this project back in 2008 when the uranium price was a lot healthier. We explored this project between there and then the downturn in uranium price. DevEx was out there formerly under the name of Uranium Equities, drilling a lot of holes, getting a lot of uranium intercepts, a lot of uranium prospects, and then the downturn hit. Fukushima turned up and the uranium price then started to go right down. So all these prospects, all of these intercepts that we've got that we needed to follow up on back then, nobody cared about that with the downturn. So they've all been shelved, and as Tim would tell many people, you know, he believes in the uranium price, and he's believed over that 12 years that it's going to have its day again. And I'm not here to be a market economist about where the uranium price is going, but again, if you're looking for a high-grade uranium explorer out there, there's very, very few on the ASX listed on the ASX. So give DevEx a really close look. To explain the prospects very quickly, again, we are exploring along faults where there's uranium mineralisation. All of those red dots represent uranium intercepts out there surrounding the Nabarlek uranium mine. So we own the Nabarlek mining lease, which is the red outline in plan, and then surrounding it are granted exploration tenements through that area. We are permitted to get out there and start exploring these prospects. We have strong support from the traditional owners out in this area, and we've got lots of uranium intercepts we need to drill along strike from, down dip from, and just get out there and get the drill rigs turning again. And just stepping into what Nabarlek's about, and I really emphasise this, it's all about the grade. Look, you can zoom in on this if you need to, or you can come have a look at the presentation, but it is very high-grade uranium deposit. Over 24 million pounds, at just shy of 2% uranium had been produced here. Intercepts on the cross-section on your right-hand side is intercepts like 19 metres at 13% uranium. That's been mined from the deposit. But the point I'm making here is when you look at the scale bar on the left-hand side for what the northern part of this pit looked like, 25-metre scale bar, it's a very tight, constrained uranium deposit. You can drill right next to it and you can be getting intercepts like 1 metre at 0.1% uranium on the right structure. You know you've got uranium. 10 metres on, you can drill the next hole and you can get intercepts like 7 metres at 12% uranium. It's very fast and very rapid to become a significant uranium mineralisation occurrence. Why is this important? Well, when you step next to Nabarlek, you follow the fault to the south, literally 900 metres to the south, we've got a cluster of high-grade uranium intercepts we need to follow up on. So just to give you a quick snapshot, this is a 3D image. There's two faults, the Olive Fault, which is the Nabarlek Fault. If you go to your right, again, you will end up at the Nabarlek pit, and the other blue fault. So these are two fault planes. That's all I'm showing you here. And then we see a cluster, again, of high-grade uranium intercepts there. So more than one drill hole, a bunch of drill holes that were drilled in the 80s and early 2000s there that have got intercepts over 1% uranium, and again, high grade, really is. And so we need to get back out there, and it's no-brainer. We need to get out there and drill into that and drill down plunge. That 50-metre white dashed line gives you an indication of where we're going to be drilling, and that's the immediate area around those intercepts as well. So, you know, it's pretty compelling when you've got a uranium mine right next door to you and you've got these sort of uranium intercepts. You want to step out of scale, remembering Alligator River's uranium province and projects like Ranger, 269 million pounds, put it on a scale-by-scale comparison. On the right-hand side is the Ranger uranium mine, where that 269 million pounds has come from. It's fault-hosted, it's uranium-bearing, it stretches for 1.5 kilometres down below the pit area through there. When you look at Nabarlek South Prospect, which is on the left-hand side, we're really just scratching the surface. Yes, we've got to drill into these uranium intercepts. Yes, we've got to drill down plunge from them. But we also need to step back out and remember the scale of what a Ranger looks like and start drilling some deep holes into this and start thinking big about these prospects. So a lot of opportunities in there. All right, so with up in the northwest, again, more uranium intercepts. This is DevEx's work prior to the downturn. We have intercepts like at U40 prospect, which intersected got uranium intercepts like 6 metres at 8% uranium, copper, 2% copper, gold mineralisation. Has not been followed up properly. A long strike right down to that Zeus prospect down there. There's a lot of opportunity to be following up on these uranium anomalies that we see at surface. We're using radon anomalies as the key targeting technique. Those that understand uranium understand that when uranium decays at depth, up comes radon, and so we use the radon as the primary method of targeting these, and we've got a lot of radon anomalies on these structures that need drilling. But the first thing to do is just come back to already where we have uranium intercepts out there and start following up on those uranium intercepts, because everything was shelved when the uranium price tanked. So you just got to remember that. This is a mature exploration field, and we're following up on existing intercepts. Okay, so back into Western Australia, Alex was presenting yesterday about the Gonaville discovery and the big deposit that he's got there. We're located along this magnetic image to the north. We have two tenements there. One is a joint venture with ASQ, where we're earning into that project, and then we have our own tenement, which more or less encompasses the sovereign mafic ultramafic intrusion. We've been drilling there, and then of course Caspian Resources to the north of us. This is the primary emerging nickel copper PGE field in the Western Australia at the moment, and we're poised with two nice tenements over what we already now know is a mafic ultramafic intrusion. Last year and earlier this year, we started drilling at Sovereign with some deeper holes. We drilled 3 deep diamond holes into it, looking at this intrusion. We're seeing the right rocks, we're seeing the ultramafics and the mafics, we're seeing nickel and copper sulfides. As I mentioned, we need to find that concentration of nickel and copper PG mineralisation. So that's what we're doing right now. We've got EM underway. We're looking at this as a large intrusion. It's 12 kilometres by 5 kilometres. It's a large area to explore, and we've got to turn the ground over. Okay, and the last child to deliver the A+ test result from yesterday, which we announced to the market, is the Junee project. So this is Australia's porphyry copper gold heartland. The big porphyry copper gold deposits like Newcrest, Cadia Ridgeway project, China Molly's North Parks, and also the gold deposits like Cal, which Evolution have got. DevEx have got 100% of their own tenure down here. We've been developing this ever since they suddenly recognised we were in the same belt in 2017. We've been exploring in good company with majors like Newmont adjacent to our tenements. They've been doing their own work. They've been doing their own exploration work and adjacent to our tenement boundaries. What we've got is our own thing. We know what we've got now. We're starting to get onto it. Yesterday, we announced to the market the results of some exploration drill holes, results for gold. What you're seeing here, and bear in mind the scale bar to the bottom on the right-hand side of 500 metres, this is a kilometre-long, coherent gold trend that we're now defining with our drill holes. We're drilling aircore, a diamond and RC into this over the last 3 to 4 months, and the results that we received over the weekend is now showing it's shallow, it's high grade. Our aircore results, just to name a few, the northernmost traverse of aircore drilling you see there has got 4 metres at 2.5 grams per tonne gold. That's right at the bottom of that aircore hole. These are aircore holes that drill down to fresh rock and stop. They're sort of 25, 30 metres is how far they go, and we're getting 6 grams per tonne at the last interval, the last 1 metre interval of that hole. To the south, we're getting 1 metre at 27 from a diamond hole, again high grade. And then to the south of that, again, we're getting 4 metres at almost 6 grams per tonne gold from 4 metres down the hole. This is a shallow, 1 kilometre long, open to the north, open to the south, open at depth, gold occurrence that we've just discovered, and we're really keen to get the rigs back here and start drilling. So just summarising, as the bell has gone, Nabarlek, we're going to be very busy with the drill rigs this year. We like the high-grade uranium story. We believe is in uranium price. We believe that we're very unique DevEx resources on the ASX as being a high-grade uranium explorer, and we've got multiple targets with existing uranium intercepts we need to start following up on, and we're going to be busy this year. Sovereign, we're progressing that ground EM. We're looking for the conductors. We're looking for that concentration of massive sulfides in the right rocks. And of course, Junee, well, I just presented that to you. We've got drill rigs. We need to get them back there. We need to drill north, south, and into those intercepts as well. So, you know, there are 3 kids, and they've got their own promise for great things. So I'll leave you with that, and please come by and say good day.
Thanks, Brendan. They look like good kids. Lunch is down on the tennis courts. And if you can be back here for session 3 at 1:15.